trying to just stay somewhere within the vicinity of where you are.
Mariah Carey's love life has been a mesmerizing roller coaster of glamour, heartache, and resilience. With a career spanning decades, her highly publicized marriages and relationships have been under scrutiny. From her controlling marriage to Tommy Mottola, to her whirlwind romance with Nick Cannon and brief engagement to James Packer, Mariah's relationships have been a fascinating blend of passion, drama, and intrigue. What drives her quest for love? Is it security, passion, or validation? Dive into Mariah's marriage history and uncover the triumphs, tribulations, and lessons learned that have shaped her journey to finding true love and happiness. Mariah Carey's journey to stardom began on Long Island, New York, where she was born on March 27, 1970. Her mother was a former opera singer, while her father, Alfred Roy Carey, was an aeronautic engineer. It was her mother who recognized her daughter's talent at a young age and started teaching her vocal lessons when she was just 4 years old. Mariah's mom encouraged her to pursue her dreams, and she even joined in on her mother's jam sessions as a child. As a young student, Mariah Carey's creative talent shone bright. She was a natural in the arts, particularly music and literature, and her elementary school years were filled with promise. As she grew older, her passion for words only deepened. During her time at Harbor Fields High School in Green Lawn, New York, Mariah began expressing herself through poetry and songwriting. She spent hours crafting lyrics and verses, laying the groundwork for her future career as a singer-songwriter. After graduating in 1987, Mariah was ready to take her talents to the next level. During her high school years, Mariah Carey's budding music career often took priority over her classes, leading to frequent absences. Her classmates teasingly dubbed her Mirage because she was often nowhere to be found, a playful nod to her elusive presence on campus. Little did they know, Mariah was busy laying the groundwork for her future superstardom, honing her skills as a demo singer and setting the stage for her remarkable rise to fame. After high school, Mariah made the bold move to New York City to chase her music career. It wasn't easy at first, but she eventually landed a gig as a backup singer for Brenda K. Starr, who introduced her to Tommy Mottola, a powerful exec at Columbia Records. Tommy was blown away by Mariah's incredible voice and confident attitude, and he quickly signed her to a record deal. The two even fell in love and had something serious. Mariah's debut album, released in 1990, was a massive hit, topping the Billboard charts for months and producing iconic singles like Vision of Love and Someday. Her talent earned her 2 Grammy Awards, including Best New Artist, and cemented her status as a rising star. As the spotlight shone bright on Mariah Carey's professional success, her personal life was a whirlwind of love, loss, and transformation. A dramatic narrative that unfolded through 3 marriages, each a chapter in the ongoing saga of her heart and the inspiration behind some of her most beloved hits. Mariah Carey's love life has been a dazzling parade of A-list romances, with a roster of beaux that reads like a who's who of Hollywood and beyond. From baseball heartthrobs to sultry singers, and from catwalk queens and moguls to more. Each relationship has been a tantalizing chapter in the superstar's quest for love and happiness.
Can't stop now, I've traveled so far.
Mariah Carey got into her marriage with someone aforementioned. Take a guess. Yes, Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is a music industry legend, widely regarded as one of the most influential executives of all time. After his tenure as chairman and CEO of Sony Music Entertainment, he went on to found the Mottola Media Group, a powerhouse global media and entertainment company based in New York City, where he produces live theater and television shows. Mottola's impressive track record includes launching the careers of iconic artists like Hall & Oates, Carly Simon, John Mellencamp, Mariah Carey, and Celine Dion. But that's not all. He also played a key role in the Latin explosion of the late 1990s, discovering and nurturing the talents of Gloria Estefan, Ricky Martin, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, and Marc Anthony, a feat that earned him recognition from Time magazine in 1999. One thing is for sure, our man is stacked. It was 1991 when Mariah Carey's life changed forever. She was just 21 years old when she met Tommy Mottola, the powerful head of Sony Music. Little did she know, this chance encounter would mark the beginning of a pivotal relationship that would shape her career. As her mentor and guide, Tommy played a crucial role in nurturing Mariah's talent, helping her blossom into the superstar she is today. Mariah Carey and Tommy Mottola's whirlwind romance culminated in a fairy tale wedding in 1993, when Mariah was just 23 years old. But like many fairy tales, their marriage didn't last forever. After 5 years of matrimony, the couple's love story took a bittersweet turn, and they decided to go their separate ways in 1998, marking the end of an era in Mariah's personal and professional life. This elicits the question, what were the underlying issues that complicated their marriage? Before their marriage and in their dating phase, Mariah Carey had noticed Tommy's heightened jealousy, which she felt she could change about him. Boy, was she wrong. He became worse. He became so controlling that there was no freedom for her as a human being. Here's how, all thanks to her memoir. The day after their wedding, Mariah and Tommy jetted off to Hawaii, but their tropical getaway was far from a dreamy honeymoon. Mariah refuses to even call it that. Instead, they crashed at someone's house, where the newlywed bliss was quickly disrupted by Tommy's publicist, blowing a gasket over their wedding photos splashed across People magazine. Overwhelmed and alone, Mariah found herself sobbing at a beachside bar, sans cash or ID. Talk about a rock-bottom moment. She had to swallow her pride and call her manager to collect, begging for a credit card number just to score a consolation drink, a sweet, sorry, frozen daiquiri that seemed to mirror her mood. When Mariah Carey ventured into rap and hip-hop, she teamed up with producer Jermaine Dupri and rising star Debrat at her Sing Sing studio. But a spontaneous trip to Burger King for fries sparked chaos. Jermaine frantically called, "This ain't funny. Tommy is bugging out. He got everybody running around looking for y'all. They got guns out and shit." As the panic calls continued, the brat's amusement turned to concern. She told Mariah, "This ain't right. You done sold millions of records, girl. You live in a damn palace. If you can't be free to go to Burger King when you want, you ain't got nothing. You need to get out of there." The brat's words were a wake-up call. If a 19-year-old from the west side of Chicago was afraid for Mariah's safety, the situation was truly dire. In a last-ditch effort to save their relationship, a therapist warned Tommy that he needed to give Mariah some space or risk losing her forever. So, Mariah was finally allowed to pursue her passion for acting. But she had ulterior motives. She used the opportunity to secretly rent a tiny apartment next door to her acting coach, accessible via a private passageway. Mariah recalls, "I'd tell Tommy I was exhausted from class and crashing at my teacher's place, but really, I'd sneak into my little sanctuary and escape the suffocating surveillance. It was a sneaky move, but I was desperate for a sense of freedom. I felt like I was constantly being watched, and this was my way of reclaiming some control over my life. It was basic survival." Mariah Carey reveals the dark truth about her time with Tommy Mottola, exposing the racial microaggressions she faced from the music mogul. He tried to erase her black identity, toning down her urban sound and style to appeal to a broader audience. But why did he feel the need to whitewash her artistry? Mariah recalls how Tommy belittled Sean Combs, saying he'd be shining his shoes in 2 years, a comment that sparked her rare defiance. But when she praised Combs' innovative approach at a dinner party, Tommy's rage was palpable. He slammed his fist on the table, making a scene before declaring, "I just want everybody to know that Thanksgiving is canceled." Okay. The question is, what's more shocking, Tommy's blatant racism or the fact that Mariah had to tolerate it for so long?
So I don't like people being like, try this or try that. I'd rather just have the chance to be creative.
Mariah and Tommy's marriage had become a facade, with them only showing up together for photo ops before going their separate ways. But one night at an Armani afterparty, Mariah's life changed forever. That's where she met Derek Jeter, and their instant connection gave her the courage to finally leave Tommy. But before she could break free, Tommy made one last terrifying attempt to control her. He pressed a butter knife against her cheek, holding it there as his entourage watched in silence. It was a chilling moment, but Mariah found the strength to escape. She got a new lawyer, filed for divorce, and flew to the Dominican Republic to finalize it. Finally, she was free to move on with Derek, but their relationship was short-lived. In hindsight, Mariah realizes she was drawn to the idea of him, not the reality. They couldn't live up to each other's fantasies, and their romance fizzled out. Still, Derek played a crucial role in her journey. He helped her find the courage to leave a toxic marriage and start anew. Marriage was meant to be for better, for worse, but this was for worse and even worse. In his memoir, Tommy Mottola extended an olive branch to Mariah Carey, writing, "If it seemed like I was controlling, let me apologize." He also showered her with praise, saying, "I have nothing but the greatest respect for her in the world. She is one of the greatest singers and songwriters that has ever come along." He He reflected on their time together, adding, "I feel great about all the things she has achieved as a result of all the hard work that we did." The couple divorced in 1998 after 5 years of marriage. A couple of years later, Mariah Carey became another man's wife. In 2008, Mariah Carey embarked on a new marital journey with actor and comedian Nick Cannon. You might know him from the fan favorite show Wild 'N Out, or as that guy who was in The Perfection of the Father of Many, Husband of None. Nick Cannon still remembers the moment he first met Mariah Carey like it was yesterday. It was backstage at the 2005 Teen Choice Awards, where he was about to present her with an award for Choice Music R&B Artist. But before they took the stage, they had a brief, sparkling encounter that left a lasting impression on him. She'd heard me gushing about her in interviews, and when she saw me backstage, she stopped dead in her tracks, he recalled in a 2014 interview. She said, "I heard all those sweet things you've been saying about me. I was like, they're all true. Just give me a chance to make them a reality." She smiled, and then she was whisked away, leaving me starstruck. One glaring thing about their relationship was the significant age gap, as Mariah was 38 while Nick was 28. The couple would later get married in May 2008, and by December 2011, they announced the birth of their twins, Moroccan and Monroe. Trouble was brewing in Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon's marriage, and whispers of their problems started spreading in August 2014. A close source spilled to people that their 6-year union had been on shaky ground for a while, saying things had been bad for a long time. The insider also dished that Mariah was hunkering down with their kids in their New York City apartment, while Nick was living out of hotels, a clear sign that their relationship was on the rocks. As the rumors swirled, Mariah was spotted out and about in NYC without her wedding ring, basically confirming that their marriage was kaput. And Nick wasn't wearing his ring either, making his hosting gig on America's Got Talent that same month a pretty awkward affair. It was clear their love song had come to an end. In a conversation with Parade magazine back in May 2014, Nick Cannon set the record straight about rumors that Mariah Carey was fed up with him spilling the beans about his past conquests in interviews. He flat out denied the tabloid claims, saying they were completely baseless and untrue. "You have to learn to tune it out because every week there's some new drama, and if you let it get to you, it can start to mess with your head," he said with a chuckle. It's pretty laughable how off base they are, and honestly, it makes you wonder about the credibility of these so-called news sources. Nick's response was calm and collected, showing he wasn't about to let the rumors get under his skin. What lingers is the burning question of whether this had elements of truth in it. The stories that unfold might appall you. In her new memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, the singer gets candid about her marriage to Nick Cannon and what ultimately led to their demise. Mariah reveals that having kids was a major reason they tied the knot, but the responsibilities that came with parenthood and their professional careers took a toll on their relationship. Those early days with our twins were pure bliss, but as they grew, so did the workload. Balancing our careers and family life became overwhelming, and our relationship suffered. Before we knew it, our marriage was unraveling as quickly as it had begun. Mariah also opens up about the pain of their divorce, admitting that she wanted to make things right for their family. "If Nick and I had kept our egos in check, we might have worked through our issues. But emotions ran high and lawyers got involved. It was a tough journey, but our priority was our family's well-being. We've moved forward, and we're committed to making co-parenting work." According to an insider who spilled the tea, the significant age gap between Mariah and Nick was a major contributor to their breakup. Nick's youthful energy and desire to live it up clashed with Mariah's more subdued pace, especially after having kids, the source revealed. He's still in his party phase, while she's all about family time now. The source also dished that Mariah's strong personality, let's call it her diva side, made Nick feel anxious about coming home, adding to the tension in their relationship. It seems their differences in age and lifestyle ultimately drove them apart. The thing is, if the issue of the age gap had come up, why didn't they call it off early enough but deem it fit after having 2 beautiful kids? In a heart-to-heart with People in 2017, Nick Cannon opened up about his split from Mariah Carey, revealing that there's no bad blood between them. "We're on the same page when it comes to our kids," he shared. "Our top priority is giving them an amazing childhood, filled with love, laughter, and adventure. We're committed to co-parenting and making sure they thrive no matter what." According to Cannon, he believes there's a 50-50 chance of marriage working. As his friend puts it, if you heard that there was a 50-50 chance of living or dying when you jump out of a plane, you probably wouldn't go skydiving. Nick Cannon, the host of The Masked Singer, has openly expressed his unconventional views on love and relationships, admitting he's not suited for marriage and doesn't believe in traditional monogamy, instead preferring to explore love and connection on his terms. If you were thinking Nick tried to get back with Mariah, then you're 100% right. Cannon got candid about his past with Mariah Carey, admitting he'd attempted to rekindle their romance, but unfortunately, things had shifted by then. Nick Cannon holds on to the hope that he and Mariah Carey could have made their relationship work, and if given the chance, he would try again to recapture the magic they once shared, because he wouldn't want to wonder what could have been. He further went on to state that he would never get married again after Mariah, and he has kept to his word to today. Mariah Carey's love life has been one big roller coaster of drama, with her high-profile marriages to Tommy Mottola and Nick Cannon ending in messy splinters. But instead of using her pain for public sympathy, she's channeled it into her music and emerged stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever. This also elicits the question, are Hollywood relationships cursed?